I loved it. It's a really deep story. I was glued to it the whole time. I really relate to the main character in terms of like the battle and the struggle that he's going through, and kind of having to suppress a side of yourself when it's kind of the best thing about you, and it makes you special, and it makes you be able to kind of save the world in the long run, even though it might be dark. I had a really good time reading it, and I'm really honoured to have made a piece of music to soundtrack it. I was really excited because we were in Japan, and it was the first time we were playing shows in Japan, and it was blowing my mind. Like, I think the crowds in Japan are so fucking amazing, and the fan base we had there, and I fell in love with the culture. And then to get a call at 10 p.m. on a Sunday night being like, yo, we want you to go and cut and try to record the theme tune for this. And I was like, all right, cool. So we booked a studio in Tokyo, worked all night, and the studio loved it, when the sun came up, and it was like a really exciting thing. I think it's really cool. I love going to different places, finding new cultures, finding new challenges, learning new things, and this was just lit to be a part of. It was lit to kind of read the story while I was in the studio making a track, and I hope people love it. It's a bit different for me, but that's the point. And yeah, I think the piece of music we made really complements the storyline, the arc of the story, and the mood and the feeling of this manga. We decided to call the song Abyss because it literally represents what Kafka's going through. Literally lost in a place, trying to figure out who they are, who they're going to be, what they represent, trying to find their way in the world, how they're gonna fight for good, even though they feel that they are part of the darkness. I think that's something I go through, and I think we want to just represent that in the song because it's represented so beautifully in the story. And I think that really aligns with my message and what YUNGBLUD is about. It's just about finding your place, finding your people. Everyone is beautiful, and don't suppress your superpower because it's probably the best thing about you, even though you may think it's the worst thing about you. I've seen the first episode. It's absolutely crazy. I know a lot of you are excited too. It's going to be wild, and I'm super proud to be part of this with you. I'm super proud to learn more about it, and it's kind of blowing my mind every time I open a book and I like talk to a lot of you online about it. It's going to be cool. I can't wait. I think probably the most memorable part of it all was the chaos in which the collaboration between us came about. I think getting to record in a Japanese recording studio in the middle of Tokyo was really cool, and I think I always think about music videos in my head when I'm writing songs. You know, I think when I pick up a guitar and I start to write lyrics and the song starts to form, I can see the visual or what I want it to look like in my head. So it was kind of cool to already have a visual to look at, to create from. So I had it on a TV screen, and I was sat there with a guitar and then a piano, and then I just started coming up with melodies, and then we got the beat together to kind of fit the way the opening sequence was working. You know, I think everything was kind of kaleidoscopic and coming in at like kaleidoscopic and turning and moving. So I think that's the way the music had to feel. It had to feel like ethereal, but with a driving beat behind it and a powerful chorus saying, "Can you save my life?" A lot of people who know me know that I have a really good relationship with Dan Reynolds from Imagine Dragons, so we always create together. So the opportunity came about through Dan mentioning this to me to see if we wanted to work on it together, and I was like, hell yeah, thank you so much for having me. All my love, and I'll see you soon.